Hi, well, as I said when I testified, the current attorney disciplinary system has continued all these years because those in positions of power and leadership have refused to confront evidence of its dysfunction, politicization, and corruption. So this is an example of the evidence which I brought here today to furnish the panel so that it could do the fact-finding job that the chairman said they would do. Obviously, you can't make any assessment of attorney discipline, whether attorney discipline or the Commission on Judicial Conduct without confronting the evidence. And so that's what I brought, and they weren't interested. Unfortunately, I barely managed to present the first point. I had so much more to say, and that would include the fact that the Court of Appeals has failed to discharge its oversight supervisory role. The fact of the matter is that there have been so many lawsuits brought by complainants whose complaints have been dismissed, by attorneys who are disciplined, who are seeking review at the Court of Appeals, and the Court of Appeals turns them away. And this is why the attorney disciplinary law is in such disarray. But that supervision is not only not being exercised through the judicial process, it's not being exercised in a supervisory capacity either. And once again, you have a court system that simply refuses to confront evidence. The statistics, when you are shocking in the first instance, where the lion's share of complaints are dismissed, and as I said, they're not even being dismissed by grievance committees. In fact, the members of the committees never see these complaints. They're being tossed by staff counsel, and the fact of the matter is that when you examine the dismissal letters and you put them next to the complaints, you see that the dismissal letters are outright lies. They purport that fully documented, detailed complaints of attorney misconduct present no attorney misconduct, when in fact they not only give the allegations, but they furnish the documentation. No matter, they go out on dismissal decisions that are outright lies. So that's where the process breaks down at the outset, and of course with respect to how the mechanism of attorney discipline is utilized to retaliate against judicial whistleblowing lawyers. Well, that's a matter of case file proof, and the panel needs to confront it if it's going to have any kind of legitimacy, but the truth of it is that the panel is comprised of attorney disciplinary insiders. I think that we can achieve change, and through this commission, because I am hopeful that they will recognize their duties that they owe to the public to confront the evidence. Obviously, if they don't confront the evidence, we won't make change. But if they decide to be honest, as is their responsibility, yes, we will make far-reaching change. And if not, well, we will file complaints against them with the attorney disciplinary committees because they have not discharged the duties that they owe. And the duties that they owe are to be honest and to be unconflicted. The key takeaway from this hearing is that given a chance, we the people have a great deal to say, and the hearing ended as if fireworks, I mean, with just salvos of so much fire about what actually the judicial process, the attorney and judicial system look like, which is they're dysfunctional, they're corrupt, and that was the information that was presented with such passion and force, and what we need to do is bring more of that forward, and with the evidence to back up the testimony. And as I said, I have brought the evidence in substantiation. But there is so much more. So the question is, so they've all run off, and nobody has embraced this evidence and said, oh yes, that's exactly what we want to see. We are very troubled, we are very concerned about what it is you're saying, that complaints were improperly dismissed. You have some examples here? Yes, we want to examine them. No, they fled. They're not interested in examining case file evidence of how the attorney disciplinary process actually works with respect to disciplined attorneys, legal challenges. They fled. Not a very good sign.